Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
The Harvey family is sailing with Captain Ron
Are you kidding?
to paradise.
You sure you know the way? Any fool could find it. Well, let's hope so, huh?
There's excitement on deck, danger around every turn, and adventure just beyond the horizon.
Pirates of the Caribbean!
What pirates?
Kurt Russell,
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Martin Short,
Been to Disney World one too many times?
Captain Ron,
Captain Ron! Captain Ron!
rated PG-13.
Captain Ron.
Captain Ron. Man, I was so happy when I found the 30-second trailer for this movie and I didn't have to edit it because I just didn't want to watch even the trailer more than I had to.
Dude, I like Captain Ron. So, quick, real fast. That guy's trailer voice, that didn't sound like the same, like, in a world. But I like that. I remember that guy's voice.
I do too. I don't think they could afford the movie trailer voice guy.
Well, they spent $2 extra million on something.
They were over budget and underwater, upside down. Anyway, so yeah, they had to go with the discount movie trailer guy.
But I remember that dude's voice. Maybe it's just for like
I do too.
peppy kids movies or Disney movies, like this one started out as. I don't know.
I feel like he was the direct-to-home video guy, like the coming up next on TBS.
Coming soon to DVD.
Yeah, yes, that guy. Like, do you remember they used to have trailers at the end of movies, like VHS movies. There would be like, if you watch like Beauty and the Beast, at the end of it, there would be like a couple of like trailers
on the VHS. On the DVD, they put them in the beginning.
Yes.
Remember, coming soon to DVD.
Yes.
Some of them you could skip, some of them you couldn't.
Oh, dude, the days when you couldn't skip stuff on DVD, that was the Wild West. I was
tell me about that. The fact that I had to sit there and stare at the FBI thing on my screen for that long, and then now.
You and I amassed such a DVD collection that when streaming first started coming out, I was really like, I was kind of worried about like, but dude, what about all the special features? Because a lot of the movies that I have on DVD, I watch I watch the behind the scenes featurettes, I listen to the commentary. But if it's streaming, I'm not going to have any of that. And guess what? I've not missed it at all.
Although there is a couple of movies that I remember seeing behind the scenes, and if I can't find them on YouTube, when we do those movies, I go find the DVD and pop it in. And by pop it in, I mean go to my parents' house because I don't have a DVD player anywhere.
Yes. Yeah, well, I mean, when we did T2 and there's a bunch of behind-the-scenes featurettes that are on YouTube, I watched them and I was like, man, featurettes, this is awesome. I love reading about this, or I love watching this stuff.
Yeah.
But for most, like Captain Ron, I don't need any featurettes for that. I don't need any deleted scenes. I wish they deleted 2/3 more of the shit they kept in.
Oh, man, everybody hates on Captain Ron. I got to be honest. I had fun. We'll talk about it.
Movie Life Crisis, Season 2, Episode 8, Captain Ron. I'm JT. Jeff is with me. We're moving into the second quarter of Season 2, 1992 movies, and Jeff has kicked it off with a choice of his, Captain Ron. You.
Man, Kevin is going to be so mad. My friend Kevin Harvey loves this movie, and I just realized when I said his name out loud that the people's last name on the movie is Harvey. That probably has something to do with it. I don't know. He loves this movie. I'm with him. There's part of it that I love too.
Good. Let's get into it. Before we do that, we're recording out of order because I'm out of town next week, so we don't have any reviews because it's been like 2 days since the last episode came out. But we do have Name That Tune.
Oh, jeez.
Jeff's going to try to make up for his embarrassing Toad the Wet Sprocket bungle.
I'm sorry, Roger.
All right, here we go.
Hold on, little girl. Show me what he's done to you. Stand up. Yeah, I know this one. This one's a scoop of vanilla, scoop of chocolate. Don't waste my time. This is Mr. Big, To Be With You. The cover of the album has like the train going out of the station onto the street.
Yeah. Mr. Big, To Be With You.
I thought this was a chick until I saw the video, and then I still wasn't sure.
Yeah, and even after you saw the video, you're like, it might be a chick. I don't know. He's got hair like down to his ass. That was absolutely a meatball right in the strike zone because you missed Toad the Wet Sprocket, and I wanted to give you a layup.
Yeah, I don't want layups, man.
Wendy was like, "Is Jeff going to get that?" I was like, "Jeff's going to get that," but I would not have because it's another song that I could have sung every word to that I didn't know who sang it.
Who did it?
But that song, "Mr. Big, To Be With You," is number 11 on the year 1992. It's number 90 for the decade, and the Billboard does the top 100 for each decade as well. So that's a big song.
It's a pretty big song. I knew all the words.
Westlife covered it in 2003. Remember the Irish like boy band?
I love Westlife. I only know about Westlife because of Biggin, but I love Westlife.
Yes, agreed. when I was reading about that song, To Be With You, those guys lived in Hollywood when they were a band, and I guess they were kind of a hardcore band, but they threw a couple like soft rock songs on their album, and that's what they're most remembered for. But I thought it was interesting. It said they wrote a lot of the album in their apartment on Yucca Street, which is where I lived when I lived in Hollywood, and I thought that was cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not a very long street. There's like 6 blocks of Yucca, so.
I was going to say, is that mostly musicians down there or no?
I mean, I lived in a huge apartment complex right off of Yucca and Hollywood Boulevard, so it was really close to Hollywood Boulevard. So yeah, it's a lot of like musicians and meth heads and people who dress up like Spider-Man and Jesus and take pictures with tourists for money.
Elmo keeps touching me. I don't like it. Dude, no more meatballs. Give me no more soft ones. I want like, he'll never get this. It's okay if I miss them. I'm fine with that.
It's totally okay. But I mean, it's not always easy to know because I don't think that this song is any more well known than Toad the Wet Sprocket, and you beefed on that one hard. So for all I know, like you might miss it.
Oh Jesus! Yeah, no, I did beef on that one. Yeah, I feel bad not knowing that. In the car the next time I left home, and I listened to all the Toad the Wet Sprocket songs I knew, and after that one that you played, I was out of songs.
You listened to both of the Toad the Wet Sprocket songs. Let's get into Captain Ron. Give us a synopsis.
Captain Ron. All right, quick synopsis.
All right, that's a great synopsis.
That's all it is. Somebody from Chicago, a Chicagoan, if that's the right word, inherits an old yacht. He, his wife, his daughter, and son fly to a Caribbean island, hire Captain Ron Rico to sail them on an adventure to Miami so they can maybe sell the boat.
Yes, that is what happens. It is supposedly, ostensibly a comedy. I maintain that definition is up for debate.
No way. You didn't laugh at all. You didn't even like breathe hard through your nose, like that kind of laugh.
The only time I laughed is for the one quote that I told you to pull from the movie, nothing else. Because I remembered it being funny. I only saw it maybe once or twice when I was a kid. I was like, maybe it had some funny parts. It'll be cool to see that again. And then as I was watching, I was like, what in the is wrong with these people?
Dude, it's a friggin' family sort of fun comedy that uses the F word and shows nipples.
You know that a movie is well conceived when you take Martin Short and put him in the straight man role, and you take Kurt Russell and you put him in the funny man role. You know whoever put this together really had it locked in.
I would say that Martin Short, I thought he played a good neurotic dad.
He did, but isn't that a really bad use of Martin Short, who's one of the funniest people who've lived in the last 100 years, to be the straight man? To Kurt Russell's comedy guy? Like, why would that be the pairing that you would choose? Like, Kurt Russell, you be wacky. Martin Short, you be serious.
It wouldn't work the other way, though. You couldn't put Kurt Russell as the neurotic dad.
I think if you flip-flopped him, it would be a funnier movie just because Martin Short was much better cast as the funny person. It would still be weird casting.
Yeah, it would. I'm going to, when I talk about my quotes, I think maybe you'll still hate them, I guess. But it's, there was parts that I laughed at.
I'm sure there's a lot of parts that a lot of people laughed at. Not that many people because this movie didn't make any money. $24 million budget, right. $22.5 million gross. This thing lost money. First movie we've done that's lost money. Understandable to me.
Oh, man. I could see how it could lose money. You're right. I really could. I could see how not everybody would like it. It's a niche market. There's not very many nautical comedies out there. And they're having trouble finding their market. But now that movies are everywhere and you can find this on wherever you can find it, everybody can watch it.
If you were going to make a list of nautical comedies starring Kurt Russell, this wouldn't be number one on that list because Overboard is a much better movie.
Yeah, but is that really a nautical comedy?
I mean, they're on a boat and it's a comedy. I think it's got to qualify. I mean, it's not a pirate ship.
For part of it, they're at their house for most of that. He's in a yacht in the very beginning and it's docked. And he's just making shelves.
That's fair. Pirates of the Caribbean is funnier than this, and it's not even supposed to be a comedy.
Oh man, it's rough.
Awards. Tell us about the awards. I'm going to take a break while you cover that.
Did you know there was awards?
Yes, I saw there were awards.
Okay, from the two kids, the daughter and the son, Meadow Sisto and Benjamin Salisbury of the Salisbury Steak family. That was for lunch the other day at school, and I had to look up why it's called Salisbury steak. Do you know why it's called Salisbury steak?
And isn't it from Salisbury in England?
It's not. It's a guy with the last name Salisbury. He thought it would be best to eat that meal 3 times a day.
Until he died at 29.
He died really early. The weird thing is he said the best way to break it down when it gets in your body is to drink super hot water. So he would have Salisbury steak and hot water 3 times a day until he died. And now we serve it to kids for lunch at public school.
Yeah, so the actors who played the 2 kids in this movie both got Young Something Awards from the Hoboken Auto Trader.
The Young Artist Awards from the Young Artist Academy.
Right. Hardware coming in. Fast and loose.
Oh, man.
Sequels, spinoffs? No.
Yes.
I did not find any. Mercifully,
No.
this movie lived and died and has gone away except for this podcast.
I'm hitting the lottery. It's what I'm spending my money on. I'm remaking this movie.
This one we could, without question, remake and improve upon without trying very hard.
Really?
Yes.
I just want to go film in the Caribbean.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you remember where you saw it first?
I don't. I didn't see this movie a lot. I saw it maybe once or twice, and I think we must have rented it when I was a kid, and I must have watched it once, and I must have thought it was okay and not rented it. Because any movie that I liked, I just rented over and over again, and I don't remember this one that well, so I only saw it once or maybe twice.
Ours was definitely a VHS special. We rented this one. I can remember watching it at home and pretending I didn't see the nipples because the whole family was watching it.
Just fix your gaze to a point on the wall. No one makes eye contact.
Yeah, no, I was staring right at the nipples. I was just pretending like I didn't see them. I didn't want to like glance away. You give yourself away if you like turn your head. So I just kept looking at the screen. I was laughing like I was laughing at the joke, but in reality, I was staring at her nipples.
The unspoken agreement of the Catholics to just all agree that they didn't see the nipples. Cover your shame, woman.
Oh yes. All right. So I'm wondering, how many chimney dogs do you give this?
You're gonna be hungry after this meal. I got a chimney dog and a half. I go 1.5.
What? 1.5 chimney? I was feeling bad that I was giving it a 6.
You should feel bad because you gave The Cutting Edge a 6, and The Cutting Edge is 50 times better than this movie. I was gonna give it a 1. I was dead set on a 1, and I watched it 2 days ago, and since then I was like, nothing in the note taking that I've done has made me think it's better than a 1, but I eventually just decided after I've got some distance from it and I'm not as mad, we might watch a movie worse than this, and I want to reserve.
So you're saying that somebody pays $100, these are the type of movies we're gonna have to watch?
Yeah. I mean, you could, I'm sure you could find a worse movie than this. Don't take that as a challenge. Anyone who wants to make us watch a movie, because it would be hard. I was just thinking, like, I've heard that if a broken femur is as much as it can possibly hurt, and I was like, I got to go one notch below that because this is not that pain, but it's close. And I was mad at you for making me watch this, and I was mad at me for ranking it below Under Siege because I really wanted Under Siege to be the lowest rated movie that we've ever done. But honestly, comparing Under Siege to this, Under Siege is so bad that it's funny to watch. You can make fun of it the whole time and enjoy it. This isn't even that. I can't even make fun of it. It's just like, it's not even so bad it's good. It's just so bad it's really bad.
I don't know what you're looking for in a movie. I'm just chuckling.
I don't know, some plot or some characterizations or some jokes.
There was definitely jokes in there.
Were there? I guess. I mean, you'll have to explain them to me, which is the hallmark of a great joke if later on someone has to tell me why it was funny.
I just feel bad. I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm giving it a 6. Kev, I know, likes this movie. Anyway.
Dude, that's good. I'm sure that there are people who like this movie. I didn't go into it going like, oh man, I was like, it'll probably have some funny parts. And I was like 70 minutes in, I was like, where the hell are the funny parts? There's been nothing funny yet. I'm so annoyed at how stupid this movie is.
The thing that was funniest to me was just the ridiculousness of Captain Ron Rico.
Yes.
Just the overtop, all of it. He's ridiculous, and I liked it.
Yes, but he was too ridiculous. I mean, we could talk about it when we get to the worst, but yeah, he wasn't even like he wasn't for a second believable as a human that could possibly exist. Like if this movie had been a cartoon, I'd have been like, I don't know, I think that's a little bit much for that guy, Captain Ron.
Oh man,
with the freaking eye patch and the Speedo and the braids in his hair. That seems like that's excessive.
I didn't remember that Speedo being quite so
shiny,
Speedo-ish. Oh man. Anyways. Well, I guess you won't have a lot of best. Let's talk about the best. What's your first best scene?
My first best scene, one of one, is the gorillas.
I put that in the quotes.
Yeah.
You're talking about when he has to stay on the path?
Yeah, they stopped at an island. Captain Ron, who was their captain to lead them from wherever the boat came from to Miami, didn't know how to drive a boat. He knew nothing, and no one seemed to be alarmed by that. They just got in the boat with him. We're like, yeah, we'll figure it out. We're just sailing in the ocean with this lunatic.
That's not true. He steered the Saratoga.
Yes, he steered the Saratoga. He claimed.
Old Sarah.
Old Sarah, the USS Saratoga. He got him to the wrong island, and he got out, and he's like, I'll just have lunch. And then Martin Short was really annoyed. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm walking back. And he's like, stay on the path, boss. He always called Martin Short boss. He's like, boss, stay on the path. There's gorillas. And Martin Short was like, no, Captain Ron, you're mistaken. Gorillas are indigenous to equatorial Africa. There are no gorillas in the Caribbean. And then he stormed off because he was really mad. He went off the path, and he was confronted by gorillas, like people with headbands and automatic rifles.
Che Guevara style. Gorillas with a UE. Yeah. Again, and right after that, he's like, he could have said revolutionaries. He could have said freedom fighters. But no, he said gorillas. He did it on purpose. And he was like,
Gorillas.
Gorillas.
I was correct.
He's like, what? And then his wife's trying to like talk him out of it. She's like, well, he did convince them to let you go. Oh, yeah, sorry. He's a true humanitarian. Terry Waite, Desmond Tutu, and Captain Ron, the big three.
And then they had to give the gorillas a ride on their boat. Since they didn't know where they were going, they decided, why not load up some revolutionaries?
It was a good call. It added more people to the boat.
Yes, it is. What's your first?
So my first one is when he parks the near all the yachts, when he's like downstairs sleeping, and Martin Short's trying to pull into this marina, and it's filled with yachts, and they go down there like, we think Captain Ron's dead, and it's because he's got the patch on the other eye, and he sleeps with the glass eye out so he can get, shuts the light out. And by the way, how do you think they did the glass eye thing? Because that looked pretty good.
I have no idea. I think they can like paint like a contact lens, like a plastic contact lens that you stick over your actual eye.
Jeez, that sounds painful. It looked really good every time he took the patch off. But he was steering the thing, and they finally wake up Captain Ron. He gets down there, and he's like, no, they'll get out of the way, boss. He's like, I learned that on the Saratoga. And he was like, the USS Saratoga? He's like, yeah, old Sarah. And then like he like did the thing where he like puts it in reverse and then turns off the engine and just coasts, and it stops just right in the perfect spot.
Yeah, with a freaking giant cloud of smoke like Uncle Buck's car.
Yeah, and it's just flowing onto everybody's running because they think it's going to go up on shore, but it doesn't. Like the only thing that reminded me of is I never realized, I guess I realized that boats didn't have brakes, but everything on water, you can't just stop. So I'm on senior trip, and I'm riding jet skis, and it's like Kevin James. I'm on the big number 8, the bowling shoe. It's like gray, and it's barely just, people are freaking cutting flips over the waves, and I'm just barely going. And I didn't know how to stop. I couldn't stop. So I'm just going, and I was like, okay, cool. I let off of the gas thinking I would slow down faster than I did. And I did not. And I slammed into 2 other people riding on a jet ski. And I felt really bad about that. Luckily, I got the insurance when I rented it. Like, that's what I was thinking of when he did that. And I like the whole Saratoga bit. That's the thing, though. Thinking back, I realized, obviously, there's no brakes. Like, I think maybe I thought if I let go of the throttle, I would slow down faster than I did. And I'm like letting off of the throttle 40 feet away, and I'm closing in really quick, just like turning the handles like click, click, and it's not doing anything.
If you're not giving it any throttle, turning the handles does not do a whole lot.
Right. No, thanks. Where were you friggin' 20 years ago? I slammed right into the side of somebody. I thought I heard him. It was Kate Thomas. She was riding the other.
If only you'd joined the Navy like Captain Ron and driven the USS Saratoga.
Yeah, I didn't. I just steered her, boss. I didn't navigate. So that's my first best scene. Do you really not have any other scenes?
No, I don't.
What about, did you not like the shower scene? I thought that was kind of funny.
No, I did not.
Like it was set up perfect. They had the mop inside, and he goes, I'll take it out. Don't worry. And he puts the mop outside, and then it falls over and gets caught on the handle. And then the rag gets caught in the hole.
Martin Short and his wife are showering in the master suite of the sailboat, which, by the way, is like the size of a freaking really nice hotel room. Like if you've been on a boat, like the bed takes up the entire place and you have to like climb over the bed to get in the shower. This thing was palatial, but the shower was tiny and they get in it and the shower's drain is clogged and the shower stall is filling up with water. Like they're going to, like it's a freaking David Copperfield trick. And for some reason the shower stall is supposed to be watertight. Why? I don't know. No, I didn't have that one on my best list. That made no sense.
I thought it was funny. And then when, what's his name comes down to open it up and lets him out, and then he goes back up and the kid's up there because they were playing Monopoly on deck. And he's like, yeah, what happened? He's like, oh, they're playing hide the salami in the shower. And I was like, oh. And I can remember watching that as a kid and thinking it was really funny because that was right after I had human sexuality class at Holy Ghosts. So I knew exactly what hiding the salami in the shower actually meant.
I hadn't had human sexuality class at Holy Ghost when this movie came out, unfortunately. Although when I did have it, my instructor for human sexuality was your mom.
Yeah, she wasn't my instructor.
Lucky for you.
Praise Buddha. I don't know how I would be able to handle my mom talking about penises and vaginas in front of all my closest friends.
It wasn't as bad as having my mom talk about it in front of a whole group of people that I went to school with, but it wasn't great. Debbie was out there doing work, and I respect her for it, but I was just like, please, God, make it stop. Please, Catholic baby Jesus, make it stop.
Yeah, and the videotapes they showed were pretty bad. It's that lady with the big hair that would start like in the back of a room and slowly walk.
And I think that they would separate the boys and the girls had to watch a different video than we did. I'm not sure if I've made that up or not.
By the way, when they were cleaning out my mom's old room, I have 3 of those VHS tapes. If you need me to rip them so we can upload them to the website or something, just let me know.
That'll be some excellent bonus content. You want some human sexuality VHS tapes from the early 90s? We got them.
The last thing that I put is there's a part where the electric sander stops working, and Captain Ron's going to go downstairs and I'll fix it, boss. And he goes downstairs and he's got the plug in his hand. And he's like licking the prongs on the plug before he sticks it back in. The sparks fly out like it's supposed to in a comedy. And then the thing takes off and goes across and knocks Martin short in the water. And they're like, overboard, help. And then Captain Ron goes up there with the ladder that you just hang over the edge of the boat. And he's like, it could happen to anyone. Hang on, boss. And he drops the ladder on him. And then as the ladder hits him, he's like, always stay clear of the ladder, boss. Like small stuff like that he just kept saying. God, I was laughing the whole time at stuff like that. It's not like I'm ever going to quote this, but it's definitely funny.
That's not a not funny line. When you say it, it's funny. But when Kurt Russell said it, it wasn't funny. And I think his Captain Ron impersonation was so bad the whole movie that there's very little that he could have said or done that would have saved it for me. Because he was like pro wrestler, fake tan. He had a Speedo. He had freaking braids in his hair, and he had an eye patch. And the whole time he talked, like he was doing an impersonation, but not a good one. He was like, "Oh wait, it could happen to anybody, boss." The whole time I was like, "This is terrible. This is bad acting. It's not believable."
But I was just doing my impression of Kurt Russell doing his impression.
Yeah, and that one was better. That was funny. I liked that. I liked what you did with it. And Captain Ron is just not like there's no one that's that stupid and that's that bad in those ways. Like he got it all, and everything worked out. It's the same thing like when the villain is like, why did he do that? It's like, oh well, he was crazy. I'm like, well, that means he's not a good character because that's not how people behave. Like everybody has motivations. Like what's the universe where this could happen?
It's movie universe. I don't know. It's just for some chuckles.
But I'm saying like General Grievous and Star Wars is this character that makes more sense to me. A robot who can use the Force versus Captain Ron. Like I believe one and I don't believe the other, and that's not the way that should work.
If I ever meet somebody that is Captain Ron, I'm giving him your number.
Dude, get him on the podcast. I would be delighted to talk to him.
Maybe we can have Kurt Russell on.
We can't get Kurt Russell. I mean, not after I'm trashing his performance as Captain Ron, which I'm sure is a performance that he's very proud of.
Yeah, maybe.
When's Big Trouble in Little China? That must have been late 80s, right?
Yeah, that was the other movie where he wore an eye patch. That was Escape from L.A.
Yeah, Escape from L.A. He's been in a lot of good movies. I like Kurt Russell. I just didn't like him in this.
Yeah, he's been in a ton of Disney movies when he was a kid. That's why it was funny when they started talking about Pirates of the Caribbean. He's like, been to Disney World? He's like, oh, I don't think I've been there, boss. Been to Dollywood though. I like that part too because I know that.
Yeah.
Like he was one of the Todd or Copper. He was one of the Fox or the Hound in those movies as a little kid.
Nice.
So like he's been in a ton of movies.
Oh, I did write down. It's not really a scene, but I was just trying to come up with something. The pirate's boat is named Albondiga.
What's that mean?
That is Spanish for meatball.
Albondiga.
And I just wrote that down because, like, all right, I guess that's supposed to be comedy. I'm not sure why, but when I looked it up, I was like, all right, that's a good name.
I like it. So do you have any quotes?
The only quote I have is the one that I got you to grab, which I can play.
I didn't even pick that one, so yeah, do it.
Leg feels a lot better now, boss. Yeah, I've always been a fast healer. No, of course I believe in Jesus, so that helps.
That was legitimately the only laugh the whole movie for me. Just because honestly, it was a one line of dialogue that the punchline hit me completely unawares. It was like, of course, I believe in Jesus. So that helps.
Those kind of things, like when he starts strong and then just fades off with it. I believe in Jesus too, so that helps. Like that type of like I really liked it. It's almost like he's talking to himself. He like did that a lot.
So much of this movie you can see coming from 1,000 miles away. Martin Short's gonna convince his wife to go on this boat trip with the kids. They're this stuffy, like yuppie family. They hire this captain who's clearly going to be wacky, and things are going to go awry, and they immediately do. There's nothing at all surprising about any moments in this movie. It's just like, okay, everyone.
Well, they hired they hired a different guy. But remember the person, the yacht dealer or the boat dealer or whatever. They changed it.
Well, the yacht dealer was going to like provide a captain for them, and then they decided not to because they decided the boat wasn't going to be worth as much, and they're like, just send somebody different.
They thought the boat dealer said
right, but I'm saying right? like it's not hard to figure out what's going on in this movie. There's no twists and turns. It's just like, hey, this stuffy family and this wacky guy like are going to go on this crazy adventure, but like none of it was grounded in reality. And I think because of that, it wasn't really funny. Like, hey, he plugged in the thing and then the Sanders shot off the boat. That's not funny. Martin Short fell in the water. That wasn't funny. He dropped the ladder on him. That was a little funny.
That's the part that I was getting at, though. You gotta steer clear of the ladder, boss. Like that whole, even that was one of those. I'm talking to myself, like, wasn't saying it out loud. Dude, I don't know what you're looking for. I was entertained for the whole whatever it was, hour and 6 minutes. How long was this movie?
I don't know. It felt like a couple hours at least. Dude, I'm not trying to not have a good time. It's not like I'm like, if I laugh, I have to pay myself $20. I wanted to enjoy it. Like when I turn on stand-up comedy,
yeah,
it's like, I'm bored. Let's see who's got a new stand-up on Netflix. Like 2 out of 3 times I don't laugh at all. I've not done that to the comic on purpose.
Right.
I just didn't think it was funny.
Right. No, I'm with you.
And I think all kind of dumb shit is funny. Just, if I don't, I don't.
No, I'm not. You don't have to find it funny. I'm saying like, the twists and turns that you were looking for in this movie, I don't like. If this was Kurt Russell in the new M. Night Shyamalan movie Captain Ron, then there might be twists and turns. But this is just like everything was. You could tell they filmed like some of the stuff on sound stages. Like it was just a movie for $20-something million, $24 million. Most of that probably went to Kurt Russell and his banana hammock. But there's parts I really liked.
Yeah, but you can tell that it's not good because no one saw it even when it came out. Like if you put out a movie with Martin Short and Kurt Russell in 1992 and you lose money, you must have done pretty bad. Like you must have made a pretty bad movie.
Yes, it is definitely not their best showing.
Honestly, I think the casting is almost an insurmountable problem. I don't know how Kurt Russell can be the wacky guy and Martin Short can be the straight guy. Martin Short can be a good straight man, but I don't think you can pair him with Kurt Russell as the wacky guy. Like
right.
You could pair him with Chevy Chase and Chevy Chase can be the wacky guy, or John Candy.
Right.
But you can't pair him with Kurt Russell and Kurt Russell be the wacky guy. I think that was kind of doomed from the get-go.
But you can't put Chevy Chase or John Candy in this role.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? If you put John Candy as Captain Ron and you throw out the script and just tell him to improvise everything, you'd have a movie that I'd be so happy to watch.
I don't, but all of the stuff about Captain Ron that I don't want to see John Candy in a Speedo.
That's why it's funny. You're not going to like my recasting then.
I don't like how it felt like his bathing suit area was just staring at me the whole time. I don't remember it being that much. It was weird.
I couldn't tell if Kurt Russell wanted to put on an extra 15 pounds because he thought it would be funnier as Captain Ron. Because Kurt Russell's usually a pretty in shape guy, and he was like, He looked like an in-shape guy who drank too much, which I think was kind of perfect for Captain Ron. But I was kind of like, did he do that on purpose for this movie? Because it seems like he's in better shape than this usually.
I really liked his outfits too.
So does Bob Marley.
That's the idea. All right, what quotes do you have? Is that really the only one?
Yeah, that's the only one I got. What else do you got?
There's a couple of them that I wrote down that I liked.
Give me
the gorillas thing where you can't revolutionaries. There's a part that my uncle used to say, because it's from this movie, where they're playing Monopoly for actual money, and it's like pennies on the dollar or whatever, and he's like, 37 cents, that's all the money I have. He's like, shit happens, cough it up. Like that. And then later in the movie, the kid says the same thing to one of the gorillas. He's like, shit happens, cough it up.
He's like, the general says that's all the money that he has.
I put that down. And then there's the part where the little brother, when they're first there, gets pushed into the water by the daughter. And the mom is yelling, and she's like, stop it, don't swallow the water, you'll get diphtheria. And all I could think of was when we used to go to Dale Hollow, and the guy was like, yeah, don't get the water in your mouth, you can get giardia. So I wrote that one down just so I could remember giardia. And I couldn't remember giardia, and I had to look up all of the different things.
All of the waterborne illnesses that you can get from drinking gross water.
Yeah. And then the last one I wrote down was it's when Martin Short comes down there. He's like, "What's this?" And she's like, "Monopoly." No. This. What is this? And he's like holding the handgun, and the kid, he's like, "Yeah, it's 245s and a Mac 10." He's like, "Yeah, where did they come from?" "Oh, Captain Ryan traded the gorillas for him." "Yeah, I thought we ought to have them, boss, because we're getting into pirate waters pretty quick." He's like, "Pirates? What pirates?" "Pirates of the Caribbean." Dude, I don't remember that part from the movie, and I laughed. I like audibly laughed. The fact that he just came out and said Pirates of the Caribbean. So those are the three quotes that I had.
That's great. Always been a fast healer. Of course, I believe in Jesus, so that helps.
He got ice on it right away, so that probably helps. My family told me I couldn't say that anymore while we were watching Cutting Edge. Because I said it every time she fell. Well, she got ice on it right away, so that probably helps. Three best characters?
I'll go first. I only have one. I liked the kid, the son, Benjamin Salisbury of steak fame. He was good. He was funny. I liked the kid. He had some funny. He was playing Monopoly with the gorillas. Like that was good. Dude, the stuff without Kurt Russell, I liked. I mean, like maybe strong, but I didn't like less.
I like the part with him and Kurt Russell, and like I knew, like back then I didn't taste beer, and I thought it was going to taste awesome when I first tasted it, and I was completely wrong. But I thought it was really cool because he's like, "You want a beer, squad? Get your own." And he was like, "What?" And he could get his own beer. And I was like, "Oh man, the little kid's drinking beer. That's freaking cool. I can't wait to taste beer."
Spoiler alert, kids. No one drink the beer. The beer has gone bad.
Beer has gone bad. I can't feel my legs. So yeah, I wrote that kid down too. I like that kid.
Yeah, he was also in the Mighty Ducks, the third movie, D3. And he was the kid in The Nanny, which was a TV show that ran for like 7 years in the 90s.
I don't remember either. I mean, I remember those, but
he was the announcer in D3. He wasn't on the hockey team. But I remember him from The Nanny. I didn't watch that show very often, but I watched it a couple times.
Fran Drescher, yeah?
Fran Drescher.
I put down Martin Short just because he's Martin Short. And he played a guy named Martin in the movie. The weird thing is because I'm an idiot, I throughout all my notes, I was like, man, Steve Martin plays a fantastic neurotic father. I got to the end of my notes and I was like, Steve Martin wasn't in this. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm an idiot. And now those guys are on a show together on Hulu.
Only Murders in the Building, which is fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, it's really good. It starts off the first episode. They're listening to a podcast.
Yeah, and then they create a podcast.
I didn't get past the first episode.
Dude, yeah, you got to watch it. It's fantastic. I'm very excited for season 2 of that.
I'll put that in my to-do pile.
No, Martin Short, I mean, I like Martin Short. I was frustrated with his character in this one because I don't know how much weapons grade incompetence you have to put up from your captain as he tries to kill your whole family before you finally just freaking fire him. And so he kept like wanting to do that and kept not doing it. And I kept being more and more annoyed with him for not doing it.
But his wife is the one that talked him into going. And then once you're out going, do you really want to fire the guy who's going to get you back? Or
well, I mean, when he's like openly says he can't navigate, then I don't know what the harm is in firing him since he can't get you where you're going anyway.
He just steered it, boss. I never know.
And it's like, hey, if you get lost, you can always stop and ask for directions.
And that worked.
In the world of fiction, it totally worked.
I put down, just because I thought we needed 3, I put Ron Rico, because he sleeps with an eye patch, and there's the part where he says, incentives are important, boss. I learned that in rehab. I want to put that on a
Yeah,
t-shirt.
I think we just said no more than 3. I cannot always get to 3. This one I definitely could not have gotten to 3.
You don't have to have 3. You can have none. No, you gave it a 1.5.
Yeah, even that was a struggle.
Jesus. Those are my 3. You got any writer, director, actor background?
The director's name is Tom Ebhart, who also directed Honey, I Blew Up the Kids, which I think is the 3rd of that movie.
I don't think he directed it. I think he wrote it.
He wrote the 2nd movie. He directed this. He's not done a lot. He's done those 2 things. He directed this. He wrote that, and really not a whole lot else. The writer for this movie doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. He might have gone into witness protection after this movie came out. So I can't tell you anything about him.
I'm going to stomp on your foot and say, hello, Mr. Thompson.
I think he's talking to you.
He's talking to you. Yeah, I didn't recognize any of the other movies, so I just...
and the only other thing that I wrote down is the daughter. Her name is Meadow Sisto, the actor's name. She does a couple things, not a ton of stuff, but I wanted to point out that her brother has a pretty good acting career. His name's Jeremy Sisto, and I think for me, his most memorable role will happen in a couple years. He has a pretty big part in Clueless in 1995.
Oh, nice. What part is he?
He's the guy, the friend who's like trying to get with
Alicia Silverstone?
Alicia Silverstone. Yeah, remember, like in the car, he's like giving her a ride home in the car, and he's like trying to sing to her and stuff. He's a kinda creepy guy.
That douche, I like him.
Yes.
He's a good actor.
He's a good actor. He's still doing stuff. He's like still acting.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's on a TV show that Cal watches. Yeah. Is this where we talk about other good things?
Yeah.
Because I have a couple more that I wanted to mention.
Yeah, hit me.
You know, when he first introduces, like, and this is my wife, Catherine, he's like, Kitty, how you doing? Nice to meet you. And he calls her Kitty right from the beginning. That's fantastic. When the kid spills the milk on the plans in the very beginning of the movie, and he picks it up by just doing Big Daddy, where he's just like taking sheets of paper towels and he's just piling it on top. And then the last thing I put is just the physical comedy of like bumping heads on stuff, and the whole. Remember when he was holding the flare and then he couldn't see after that, and he was like hitting his head on pots and trees and stuff?
Yes,
I like that.
I do too. I like physical comedy when it's done well.
Yeah, I like Martin Short's physical comedy. Anywho, that's the last good that I had.
All right, cool. What about worst?
I don't have any worst. This was the best movie I've ever seen. There's a scene in the very beginning where the daughter is in this dude's truck and they're making out.
Yeah.
And they're listening to friggin' some Cookie Monster rock song where it's just like, rah, 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 rah. Yeah, her fiance. But we didn't know it was fiance until she gets out of the truck and she's like, I'm engaged. And then he comes walking in and he doesn't say anything. He just stands there and smirks. I didn't like that. I don't know if it's because I have a daughter, but I'm never going to let my daughter date a guy like that. It has nothing to do with his rock music or his leather jacket. It's literally, it's just because he was a dick.
But that's what it would take for you to go on a boat trip with your family. As if Cece comes home at 16 and says, I'm engaged, and her boyfriend just stands there and smirks. It's like, all right, everyone pack up. We're going on a boat trip.
I would take a lot of other things before I took the people that I live with on a boat.
Yeah.
When we're in a car on the way to Disney World to go ride Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yes.
when we're in a car riding to Disney World, and we can stop at any point and get out, I don't want to be in there with them. They would never make it on a boat.
No, of course not.
I would push all three of them overboard.
Okay, you got to stay out of the way of the ladder, boss.
Staying clear of the ladder, boss. Yeah. So, do you have worse scenes?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, most of them. I was kind of focusing on that. Well, I guess I got a couple scenes. They had a flare gun on the boat. He shot it. It went through the deck of the boat. That's not how that works. That wouldn't happen. That's a really dumb thing to do for the movie that you didn't need to do for the movie. It didn't provide any comedy. I was just angry that the boat did that.
Yeah, I was angry that he got that pissed at Captain Ron for hooking up with the hottie.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. It didn't make any sense that he was that angry. It didn't make any sense that he got the flare gun. It didn't make any sense that the flare gun shot through the top deck of the boat and then like caught the underside on fire or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then the boat was like a freaking TARDIS. Like on the outside, it's not that big, but when you walk inside, it's ginormous. And I know that's because the inside of the boat was actually a set and they just made it big enough so they could shoot it. But boats are tiny inside. I didn't like that.
I know less about boats than I know about triple axles. Of course, I know more about triple axles now since, I've been learning stuff on Discord.
Yes, we've learned some stuff.
Is that like a 50-foot boat? How big was that boat, you think?
I don't know. It looked like it was probably a 20-foot, 27-foot, 30-foot boat, something like that.
30 feet. Seems like they would have less space down there.
Yeah, I mean, those boats, like, I've been in a couple like that, not like sailed around the Caribbean, not knowing where I'm going, but like I've been inside of some boats that size, and they're not very big. I mean, there's like a bedroom where it's like a double bed that you can walk in and climb on the bed and then shut the door behind you. But like, they're small.
I wondered, like, I saw Captain Ron just slept on the bench right there, but like, where does everybody else sleep?
I don't know. Probably like the kitchen folds down into a bed, and there's probably one other like bunk somewhere in there that's like got bunk beds.
Sounds horrible. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Agreed. Hard pass.
Not with my family. Not with anybody. So what else? Any other
I didn't have
scenes?
any scenes. I just had a couple characters. Like I mean, most of the characters I didn't like. Captain Ron, I just thought was a really bad. It's terrible casting. He doesn't make any sense. He starts the movie by like driving a car into the water and being like, "Oh, I lost my car. It's my friend's car. Oh, my friend's shooting at us. We got to go now."
Yeah. Did you realize that the headlight was out? It was his driver's side headlight,
which is his eye,
which is just like his patch.
I didn't realize that. That's a subtle piece of filmmaking there that escaped me.
See, you're not looking for the deep cuts, man.
This film's got nuance. Had only I been paying attention. Yeah, I just like. I mean, I like for. Like there's so much comedy in reality, and this was so like he was like a parody of a human from the get-go, and I just like I don't know, it's hard for me to look past. Like I don't like when people don't make sense, because people do make sense and they can be really funny if they do make sense.
It's certainly not for everybody. The more I think about it, when you say stuff, I'm like, yeah, I could see how people wouldn't like this.
Well, I mean, like the Cutting Edge we watched, like I don't think that's not Citizen Kane, but that's a really fun movie. But those characters make sense, and they act in consistent ways given what we know about their personalities. But there's a ton of comedy from that. They're not like caricatures being like extremely wacky.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, and the wife annoyed me at the beginning of the movie. Like, we inherited a boat. Let's take the family. Let's go on a trip. It'll be fun. And she was like, I can't. I'm an interior decorator. And I was just like, dude, what if you're just open to having a fun time? Like, why do you have to be so hard against that?
Because she's the serious one in the relationship.
But she wasn't the whole rest of the time. She just was at the very beginning. And then she's like, oh, I'm wearing a bikini. I'm flirting with Captain Ron. But at the beginning, I don't want to have fun.
She definitely looks like she had 2 kids.
No, not so much. She was rocking that bikini the whole time.
Yeah, she was. Who else you hate? The gorillas.
The gorilla. I mean, there were only a couple characters in this movie. But no, I didn't like Captain Ron. I didn't like the wife initially. I liked her once she got on the boat and she was kind of fun, but why couldn't she have been up for the adventure in the beginning? Like, we didn't need any more obstacles. There's room for some nuance and some subtlety.
They were trying to make that, show her that maybe she can loosen up and have fun. That's her character. That's the arc of her character. She started up uptight, but you know what? Now she's the girl who wears flip-flops on the deck with a bikini top and some jean shorts.
Yeah, but she didn't get to that point. As soon as they got to the Caribbean, she put on flip-flops and a bikini and started she flip-flopped immediately. No pun intended. There wasn't an arc.
She flip-flopped right away.
She literally flip-flopped. By which I mean she wore flip-flops.
Yes.
That's all I got. I didn't want to spend any more time typing about this movie, so that was where I quit.
Cool. Worst effects. I did have a couple. I didn't like how the carnival thing was all on a soundstage, and you could totally tell because of the lighting. They needed to fix that. And the rain squall was kind of fake looking, like when they were stuck in the storm.
Well, do you think that this? I mean, I know some of the boat was actually a boat like on the water, but like. Do you think that the rainstorm was like a boat, like in a tank somewhere on a set? Like, I know for like big movies they'll do that, but I can't imagine they had the money to do that for this movie.
No, I think it was like Community, and they had a boat sitting in a parking lot, and they turned on a rain machine.
Yeah, and they turned on they turned a sprinkler on it.
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't look that great. And then I still don't understand how they do the fake eye, and I guess maybe the contact is the answer. I want to get one of those. That would be awesome. And then old tech alert. There's a ton of that.
Ton.
The son was wearing a yellow Swatch watch.
Yeah.
So I like that. The phone cord in the very beginning from the kitchen, she had the long phone cord like we used to have, where I have to if I wanted to talk to somebody and I didn't want anybody to hear, I'd have to go and sit in the pantry in that tiny ass room with the door closed and the cord through the door. And then the payphone that he used to call the boat people was the kind where it's two pieces where you're talking to
the separate earpiece, and then he had to lean up and talk into the mouthpiece.
Yeah. And that old guy was just staring at him the whole time. I'll come nudge you when I'm done.
And then he had a Sony Handycam VHS.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
It was a $6,000 camera. And he was like, I'm sorry, Captain Ron, this is a precision instrument that has a 64-page instruction manual that I've read cover to cover. Have you read?
Have you read the cover? Yeah. And then the daughter is listening to a Sony Walkman. It's the yellow and gray one. And remember the one that it was a headphone, so it went over the top of your head, but and that part was silver. But then when it got down by the earphones, it was yellow plastic, and it had gray things. Yeah, yellow plastic with gray plastic ear pods that were they were perpendicular to the thing, and they went in your ear. Do you remember this? Yeah, I did too, but I don't know what those are called. So she was listening to that. And then the last thing I put was Captain Ron's pants that were like jams, where they're cinched at the top and cinched at the ankle, but they were loose and flowy in the beginning. They're like Donnie Gerald pants. They're all, and then they had funny colors. It's like the ones they used to wear on the sidelines for the NFL, that look like zebra stripes, but the colors of the teams. Yeah,
there was a lot of old tech. I liked the Sony Handycam and the Walkman, because I had one of those Sony Walkmans, and I feel like it was I think that was one of the first ones that had the feature where when the cassette tape ended, it would automatically flip it over for you.
It flipped over the head, so it would just read the other side of the tape.
Yeah, because before that, if you had a portable cassette player such as that, when the tape got to the end of the side, you had to manually eject the cassette, flip it over, stick it back in, and this one would automatically reverse it, which is pretty baller.
Yeah, and it was the kind that when you stuck it in there, it had a rubber thing around the door to seal it,
an O-ring,
in case you dropped it in the sand. Right. And it had the other little flap that went over the top of the buttons that snapped it shut, kept it nice.
Yes, exactly. These are OR scrubs. Oh, are they?
Yeah, are they?
Keeping it fresh.
Keeping it fresh.
Yeah, that's a lot of old tech. Political incorrectness? I didn't really have any political incorrectness.
No, I didn't either. Unless you're not supposed to call them guerrillas.
No, I think revolutionaries is the preferred term.
Freedom fighters.
Freedom fighters.
He did it on purpose. Yeah, so I'm good. Did you have a cameo in here?
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such nature films as Earwigs, Ooh, and Man vs. Nature, The Road to Victory.
Oh, man.
So, do you know who the boat dealer was? Yeah, the guy who they were going to sell the boat to in Miami. You know who played him?
No, I don't.
Paul Anka.
Paul Anka, the music writer?
Yeah, the singer.
Nice. Now that they say that is Paul Anka.
Yeah, that was my cameo.
That's good stuff. I didn't have a cameo. I didn't recognize any other people that I wasn't supposed to recognize.
The coffee guy in the beginning of the movie that was going he's going to write a book, but what have you ever done? He looked familiar to me, but I couldn't find out.
No, he's definitely been in other stuff. The guy that just kept talking.
Yeah, I couldn't find out who he was.
He was good.
And I was trying to figure that out, but I couldn't find that. That was the only one I had, but Paul Anka.
Paul Anka. Nice. Did they play any Paul Anka songs in the movie?
I don't know. I didn't hear any, but they might have.
That's the type of nuance that you would want from a Captain Ron style movie.
I thought the opening credits, I'm like, was this Bobby McFerrin? This sounds like Bobby McFerrin, but I didn't recognize it because it's not the one Bobby McFerrin song that I know.
I know all the songs by Toad the Wet Sprocket. Both of them.
5 questions. Is it okay for kids? What age and why?
I said 11 or 12. This is PG-13. Very rarely do I go, yeah, it should probably stay at 13. And I'm keeping it pretty close, 11 or 12. There's the sex and nudity, the hide the salami scene in the shower. You get to see her boobies. You get to see her butt pressed up against the window, the foggy window of The shower, I think that's probably, you need to be a little older. I don't think I would show a 9-year-old that just yet. As far as the violence and the gore, none of it's supposed to be taken seriously. Everybody's falling off boats and getting hit by Sanders. It's all slapstick stuff. And then profanity, they use the one F word that they're allowed for a PG-13 movie. And there's a little kid drinking and people are smoking. But I keep it at 11 or 12.
And I won't let my kid watch this until he's 18 just because I want to protect him from bad movies.
I'm going to buy it for his 13th birthday. Muzzle tov, here you go.
Cameron, go knock yourself out, buddy.
On Laserdisc.
Would this movie get made if it were pitched now?
I think it could because, man, there's not enough nautical comedies out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly 5 people on a boat, and the boat can be digital or on a soundstage, and it couldn't be any less funny than this is.
This is the thing, though. The only way you get people that you want to be in this movie is to tell them that they can actually go film in the Caribbean.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm okay with that. I mean, I would rather they film in the Caribbean than the film on a soundstage. It'll look better and it's more fun anyway.
Can you make this movie for $24 million?
I don't know.
Let's say the actors are free.
I don't know. I have so little idea of what it takes to film a movie. Like, I mean, the webcams that we use for this podcast, we got on Amazon for $29. Can we use those to shoot the movie, or do we need something better? Like, probably something better.
I can see myself on this webcam, and I'm hoping.
How many cameras are on us right now, actually?
Yeah. So, is it a movie or a TV show?
A movie. I mean, it's got a start and an end point, and it needs to be under 90 minutes.
Good call. So, I heard you say that you came up with some people to recast it. So, who plays the lead if we remake it?
I want Captain Ron to be Seth Rogen, just because he can be such a complete idiot.
I would totally watch that.
And he would be fat in a Speedo. But anyway, he will put his chubby, hairy body into a Speedo and like say funny stuff, and it'll be awesome.
Agreed. I picked somebody different for Captain Ron. I went the other route. I said Jason Momoa. I almost started with The Rock, but I was like, nah, he's in too much stuff, and that's what you expect him to be.
I don't know if I've seen him do comedy, but I'd be up for it. Even after watching this movie, I still haven't seen Kurt Russell doing comedy.
And you've seen this movie. If it's The Rock, he can't be in the Caribbean. He has to be in like freaking Micronesia. Yeah, somewhere else. Do you have a replacement for Martin Short?
For Martin Short, I got Chris Rock because he can play like he's annoyed really well, and he's already remade some really bad movies.
Kevin Hart is who I picked.
Nice,
because I could see him being pissed. Did you recast anybody else?
I didn't, because nobody else matters in this movie. I didn't cast anybody else.
Yeah, well, I recast the wife because I thought maybe she could be better.
Yes, agreed.
So I went with Maya Rudolph.
Nice.
I like her. I think she's
super funny.
And I don't know any child actors, so I couldn't do any of those. Every time I try to recast child actors, I pull it up and I'm like, cool, I've heard of 3 of these people, and I can't keep putting Millie Bobby Brown for everything. So
I'm definitely putting as one of the gorillas, Fred Armisen, because he always cracks me up.
I love Fred Armisen. Yeah,
and he does an amazing like Spanish accent.
He could do a thing where he just nods and doesn't say anything.
You overcooked chicken, straight to jail.
Can you watch and still enjoy this movie in 2022?
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
Oh man, I said yes.
Dude, I'm so excited about either of our recastings compared to this original cast. I think we could make 10 versions of this movie, and this one that we watched would be the worst of the bunch.
You think?
I just think Kurt Russell's miscast. I don't know who thought that was a good idea or what he was trying to do. Or maybe it's that the director was really bad and he couldn't say like, hey, all the stuff you're doing is bad. Let's do it different.
Maybe it's just my love for Kurt Russell. I don't know what it is, but
I like Kurt Russell. And that's why it's like, I mean, I don't like if he was on the podcast, I'd be like, yeah, man, that was awesome. I love that time when you said, I believe in Jesus. And that, of course, that helps.
You can't do that. If somebody's on here and you don't like it, you tell them, hey, I didn't like that. Why'd you do it so bad?
That'll be a great way for us to get no guests ever. Hey, man, you want me to smash a movie that you made 30 years ago for our podcast that goes out to nobody? When are you free? No, I like Kurt Russell, and I think he's a good actor. So I'm confused at how he did such a bad job. I don't know who was responsible for the decisions that led to him doing such a bad job. But it's like, man, I guess he could have maybe done a better job. But I think that's tough casting for him.
Yeah, I could see it. I don't know. Dude, I enjoyed it. I'll probably watch it again, not this year, but I'll definitely watch it again.
I hope I never watch it again. But my thing is like, I wanted it to be over while I was watching it. But if somebody enjoys it, I'm not trying to take that away from them. No one should think that my opinion is better than theirs. Like, if you like the movie, that's awesome. You can watch it every weekend, and I'm not going to make fun of you for it. I just don't want to come over.
You could totally make fun of me if I watch it every weekend. But
yeah, well, but I'm saying like anyone else who's like hurt because they really like Captain Ron. Dude, do you? That's great. I like all kind of shit that no one likes. So by all means.
Yeah, that's the best part. That's why I don't understand why people get so upset about stuff like that.
I saw The Batman, and I thought it was delightful, even though it was an hour too long for me. And I saw a bunch of people online going like, it's the best Batman ever. And then a bunch of people in their comments going like, it's the worst Batman. You should kill yourself. I was like, why does anyone care this much about whether someone else likes this Batman more than another Batman?
Same thing. I saw a tweet about here in Florida. When you ask for milk in your coffee, you get real milk, not oat milk or soy milk or friggin'
almond milk,
whatever, the almond milk or whatever. And I was like, how can somebody be so angry about what somebody else wants to drink? Like, how can you? And it was a guy who's running for Congress. Like, I don't understand how you can base all of your politics just what somebody else likes.
My platform is based around milk. I'm going to go hard at the people who aren't drinking real milk. I mean, I agree with them. It's not real milk. I know there's no almond milk because there's no almond tit. But like, I don't care. Drink whatever you want.
Point is, I liked it. You didn't. Hooray for Chad.
And next week, Batman Returns. Best Batman of all. Second of the Tim Burton Batman movies. With my favorite Batman, Michael Keaton.
He is one of the best. Yeah, he's good.
I guess. He's okay.
So, do we say where you can get it, or you don't care to share that?
I couldn't find it.
Really?
Hang on, let's see if I can find it. Because maybe I didn't want to pay. You can get it on YouTube for $3.99.
YouTube, $3.99. There you go.
Yeah, and 23% on Rotten Tomatoes, by the way.
20. That's 23%. That's good.
That's better than I gave it.
Oh man, that's
all right.
Awesome.
Subscribe, rate, review, share. Join us on Discord. See you next time, boss.
Tell us everything that you loved about this movie on Discord. Everybody write in. Everybody tell JT how wrong he was about Captain
Yes,
Ron.
please do that.
Stand clear of the ladder, boss.
Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review, and remember, don't drive angry.